Good afternoon. Welcome back to Oneida Live here on the Oneida Nation Reservation in Wisconsin. I'm Bobby Webster. I'm the PR director for the Oneida Nation. And today is July 3rd, and we're here with our special guests, Councilwoman Jenny Webster and Ann McCotter. And they're going to talk about one of our greatest initiatives we've had all year, and that's Oneida Reads. Oneida Reads is a project that reaches out to our parents, to our children, to our grandparents, reaches out all over our community to work with our children and increase the reading level of all of our kids. So with that, Jenny, I know you love to talk about Oneida Reads. You've got a lot to say, and it's been one of your most important and pivotal projects that you work on. So if you're ready, why don't you give us an update?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for joining us. Yes, this very passionate about Oneida Reads and love. I'm the community champion, and I just really appreciate the work that has gone into Oneida Reads. I really love the end goals. You know, that's going to happen down the road for our children and for our future. So we've got two updates to share today. First, I want to talk about the summer reading program offered by Oneida Reads, and that is on slide 2. We've got 3 different reading programs that are being offered this summer. The first one is a partnership with the Seymour Community School District. It was a 3-week reading program. So that program has ended as of last week. And then we have a 3-week reading program held at Oneida Recreation County H. And that program ends this week. And then the third program is a one-on-one reading tutoring that's offered through early August for the Oneida kids. So that's our program, our summer programming for the summer.
Okay. All right. Hey, Ann, how about telling us a little bit about some of the benefits of these programs and what you're focused on? You know, how did you set these goals, and are you reaching your goals and doing what we want to be done?
Absolutely. So this is our first summer trying a summer reading program, and we were excited to have 2 locations, both at Seymour Community Schools at Rockledge and then at County H, Oneida Recreation County H. And we didn't so much have a goal in mind other than as many kids as possible that could come, the better, right? And we were really recruiting for kids that were below grade level in reading. And so it's exciting that we were able to get to about 40 kids getting those supports, and there's more to come. But the benefit of doing those 2 programs is because it's high intensity tutoring, and it's one-on-one or maybe 2 kids with 1 tutor, but it's 30-minute intervals, at least 3 times a week is what's defined as high intensity tutoring, and that really can help get a kid caught up to becoming on grade level with reading. So we think it's a really important piece that we're going to do more of next summer.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. I know that it's always been a strong desire on behalf of our business council and our educational system to do all that we can to bring those kids up to that level, and this program focuses right on that. So, Jenny, tell us a little bit about how many kids are we serving? You know, what we're reaching out to.
Well, how this summer program is actually, you know, I want to shout out to Brandon Yellowbird Stevens. He was able to pinpoint a grant that would serve for this area, and using that grant money to pay for the tutoring for employees who already work for our YES program to be able to do this tutoring. So we've got about 40 kids between Seymour and County H program. So we're just getting started with the one-on-one tutoring service. So we don't have those numbers quite yet, but with the other students we've done so far through Seymour and County H, that's about 40 students.
40 students, that's significant, really, in the big picture of things. And no amount is too small as long as we're moving forward. That's what's important in, you know, in the education of our young people. Now, moving forward, as you're heading into July and August, is that enough time? Are you going to be able to meet the goals of the summer program?
We will, and again, it's our first time, so we're looking to see how many parents, guardians will be able to sign their kids up for the session. So now that we're done with those 2 3-week-long programs, we're into the part of the summer where we're doing one-on-one tutoring. We have 3 reading tutors, and we should have that slide 3 on the screen so you can see the information. It is Orlina and Vicky and Tammy. They're available through early August to do one-on-one tutoring sessions, 30 minutes in length. They meet at places like the Oneida Community Library, the Oneida Green Earth Library, and it's based on your schedule, what works for you. You can reach out to them via text or phone call or an email, and all that information is on the slide. We want to keep them really busy. We want them to be meeting with Oneida kids really every day. They work Monday through Thursday, and again through early August. So we'd love for you to reach out to them. And if you miss the information on the screen, you can always message us through the Oneida Reads Facebook. It's another way to get scheduled for those one-on-one tutoring sessions. Again, it's just another way for your child to get back up to grade level in reading. And those intensive tutoring sessions of 30 minutes, hopefully 3 times a week, are really known to be very effective.
So at the end of summer, we don't want to just drop everything and they, start back to school. What are we looking for in the future?
So through Oneida Yes program, that's the Oneida Youth Enrichment Services, they'll be offering more reading support through the school year. And in addition, we'll hope to have even more Oneida kids served by the summer reading program next summer. So we're working on that programming already now for next summer.
Okay, good. Well, it sounds like you have your hands full and that you're moving forward and you're reaching out and engaging the parents and the grandparents. Children live and learn what's all around them. They mimic everything. So
Right.
if you're reading the newspaper or, reading labels at the store and what have you, they see that, then they're going to be more inclined to, absorb that reading and engage in it as well. Anne, is there anything else we forgot? Anything else you'd like to mention?
I think Jenny was going to mention
Sure.
a new milestone that we reached recently.
So we mentioned we have 2 announcements. It was the reading program, and then the other one was just last week we were officially joined by the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. So this is a national organization working to ensure that kids read on grade level by 3rd grade. Oneida is one of 350 communities throughout the United States working to improve reading proficiency. So we're grateful for the support of the Campaign for Grade Level Reading, and we look forward to gaining more insights and tips for our partners. So for that, we had to apply and be accepted. We had to show commitment that we're in this for the long haul. We know our efforts are not going to happen overnight. We had to show that what we've been doing over the past year, and that joining this campaign gives us additional resources and networking with other communities so that they can share what they're doing in their community, what works, what doesn't work, and we can share what we're doing in our community. So we're so grateful that we were able to join that network of community care, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming. And if people want to find out more about it, I know, Anne, you previously mentioned that there's Facebook and other ways to reach out. And if they miss this program, they can always check out your Facebook or anything else.
Right, on the screen, I think you're going to see the QR code to get to the Oneida Reads website, which is attached to the Oneida Nation website, and then also our Oneida Reads Facebook page. We have post most of the things on Facebook, so please follow us there. And then this afternoon, you could meet us in person and talk with one of the tutors at the Oneida Farmers Market, and I think Jenny will be visiting there as well, so meet us there.
Yeah, and that runs from 12 to 6. So we'll be there, and we've got trinkets for the children. We've got some stickers. We've got some bookmarks. And we've got some notepads for the children. So, please stop by at the farmers market. We're going to try and get there a couple times this summer, just to help get the word out. And if you could share this information with your children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews, that this is a tribal-wide effort that we're doing for the future of our nation, really. So that's our
I have one
information for
question.
today.
Is anything you're doing are you in collaboration with the Oneida Library?
We sure are. Eliza
Okay.
and her team are wonderful partners. We were just there at the kickoff for the summer reading program, and you can still sign up for that. So encourage you to check out the Oneida Community Library or the Oneida Green Earth Library. We just really have a wonderful partnership there. So any chance
There was
we
a
get.
book drive. that
There
still
was a
going
book
on?
drive last Friday, right? And I bet if you had books to donate, they'd still take them.
They would still take them.
I would assume.
Right, right.
All
So
right.
we've got some really good partners. Just recently we met with Bay Bank. Bay Bank was able to provide some books for out at County H Recreation, decoding.
Decodables, which are
Decodables,
really
yeah.
great for kids that are learning to read because it makes them have to sound out the words as opposed to being able to guess with pictures and things. So really a wonderful gift from Bay Bank.
Right, right. And
At
as
the
you know,
powwow, the Child Support Initiative gave out all those books and coloring pads for the kids. That was at a powwow to get engaged in promoting sort of, quietly and subtly the education and the importance of the books and things like that. So
Right.
that was awesome to see all those kids out there picking up the books.
right, what we did is we put together a coloring book. So the graphic artist who also worked on our work, Nick Stockstader, also we asked her to put together a coloring book. So we handed those out right after Tiny Tots.
Yeah,
at
that
the
was a
powwow.
great initiative and a good way to incorporate that into community, events and things like that. So reading's not just in the classroom, not just in the library. Reading is all over.
Right, right. We mentioned Bay Bank. They just came on as a partner for Oneida Reads, and of course they just had it's their 30-year anniversary. I can't believe it's 30 years we've had Bay Bank already. So congratulations to them. But we have a lot of partners: the Oneida Business Committee, our tribal school, our local schools, Green Bay schools, Seymour, Pulaski. So it's really, I had no idea we were going to get this type of momentum for Oneida Reads, but I think all of us as adults understand the need and the desire to have our children reading and the desire to have them reading on grade level, because if you're not reading on grade level, then you're continuing to struggle
Right,
through your
You're
grades.
leveling and you need to increase your ability, your
Right,
level, your
right.
kids.
So, 4th of July is coming up this weekend. We want to wish everybody a safe and happy 4th of July, but, please take some time to read with your kids, between fireworks maybe.
Yeah, as you're driving down to the fireworks.
Right.
What's that sign say? What store is it at? That big TJ, things like that.
Right,
All
right.
right. Okay, well, thank you both. Did we forget anything?
No, I think we got it.
All
Thank you so
right.
much
Thanks,
for having
Bobby.
us.
Well, it's our pleasure. And later today, we're going down immediately after here, in fact, we're going over to the Oneida Casino and Hotel to the Women's World Championship pool event. And they have women shooting from all over the world. I've seen some from Canada, Japan, Russia, all over the world. These women are competing for some top prizes at the Oneida Casino Hotel. It's an inaugural event. It's never happened here before. Seen a lot of people and license plates from all over the country here, and a lot of visitors and very interesting people walking in and about the casino and in the pool area. All these pool tables are set up. So we're going to head over there. We had a Oneida tribal member who's involved in this, and he's going to talk to us over there. So as soon as we're done here, come back on and check us. Oh, we hope to do it before 2 o'clock, between 1 and 2. We're just going to, it's a 5-minute drive, so we're going to head over there and see what's happening at this pool tournament where they got 8-ball and, last pocket and all these different variations. If you're familiar with pool, you'll know what that all means. And finally, all of the programs and services for the Oneida Nation are closed tomorrow. Everybody's taking this 3-day weekend after the long powwow weekend. We're all taking off and going to enjoy some time. And as Councilwoman Webster said, be safe. So we'll see you in a little while.
No, you are.